Hi, everybody! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive into the thrilling developments awaiting us on Monday, August 4th. Where the World Security Bureau shifts its focus to a surprising new target, Jason Morgan uncovers a shocking truth about Britt Westburn to share with Anna Devane. And Sonny Corinthos probes into some puzzling actions from a familiar face. Let's unpack all the drama brewing on this ABC daytime staple. Kicking things off at General Hospital itself, Lucas Jones finds himself at a crossroads and decides to open up to his trusted confidant, Felicia Scorpio, about the frustrations that have been building up inside him. He's adamant that he can no longer ignore the glaring injustices playing out right under everyone's noses, particularly when it comes to Sonny Corinthos and the unresolved tension surrounding Marco Rios' role in that infamous kidnapping saga. Lucas might vent about how Sonny seems to evade consequences time and time again, leaving a trail of unchecked power that rubs him the wrong way. Felicia, with her wealth of experience from years of navigating Port Charles's underbelly, could provide some sage advice, perhaps drawing from her own past entanglements with shady figures to help Lucas see a path forward. But unbeknownst to them, Marco isn't one to let grudges fade into the background. He's forged a dangerous alliance with the cunning Jen Sidwell, plotting a meticulous takedown of Sonny that could upend the entire Corinthos empire. This secret partnership adds an extra layer of intrigue, as Marco's thirst for revenge simmers just below the surface, promising explosive confrontations that might force Lucas to reconsider his stance on turning a blind eye. Shifting gears to the younger generation, Emma Scorpio Drake pulls Giovanni Giopalmieri aside for a hushed conversation about enlisting some reinforcements for her daring scheme involving a lab break-in that's been the talk of the town. Emma, ever the resourceful teen with a knack for adventure inherited from her detective parents, might elaborate on the risks involved, stressing the need for reliable allies to ensure everything goes off without a hitch. To make things even more whimsical and unexpected, Outback the dog, that lovable, furry sidekick who's no stranger to Port Charles escapadesque, gets drawn into the mix, perhaps as an unwitting participant in a distraction tactic or a clever way to sniff out hidden clues. Imagine the chaos as Outback's playful antics inadvertently uncover a vital piece of evidence, turning what could have been a straightforward plan into a heart-pounding escapade filled with barks, laughs, and narrow escapes. This subplot injects a dose of light-hearted fun into the episode, reminding viewers that even in the midst of high-stakes drama, the bonds between friends and family, including the four-legged ones, can lead to the most memorable moments. Meanwhile, Christina Corinthos Davis stumbles upon a scene that tugs at her empathetic heart when she encounters someone visibly distraught, prompting her to gently inquire about what went wrong. Her concern could stem from her own recent brushes with emotional turmoil, making her all the more attuned to the signs of hidden pain in others. This moment might unfold in a quiet corner of Port Charles, where Christina's nurturing side shines through as she offers a listening ear, potentially uncovering layers of a larger mystery that ties into the town's ongoing web of secrets. Not to be outdone, another member of the Davis clan steps into the fray. Alexis Davis embarks on her own quest for clarity, determined to piece together the fragments of information swirling around recent events. She could zero in on Drew Kane, confronting him head-on about the whirlwind of chaos that erupted during the wedding festivities, especially how it all played out in front of young Scout Kane, whose innocent eyes witnessed more than any child should. Alexis, with her sharp legal mind and protective instincts as a mother, might press Drew for details on his fallout with Willow Tate, exploring how personal betrayals have rippled out to affect the extended family. This investigation adds depth to the Davis family's narrative, highlighting themes of loyalty, forgiveness, and the enduring quest for truth in a town where deception is currency. In an intriguing turn involving covert operations, Vaughn and Jocelyn Jacks are summoned for a pivotal meeting with the enigmatic Jack Brennan, following their abrupt removal from the investigation into Professor Henry Hank Dalton. Far from a dead end, this development signals a strategic pivot, as Brennan reveals that Dalton is no longer the bullseye of their efforts. Instead, the World Security Bureau is redirecting its formidable resources toward a fresh, high-priority target that could shake the foundations of international intrigue. Speculation runs wild, with Jason Morgan's recent sleuthing pointing to anomalies in Britt Westburn's supposed demise. Might the WSB have caught wind of similar intel? Could Britt herself emerge as the new focal point, or perhaps an associate linked to the shadowy research projects she was entangled in before her death? To flesh this out, imagine Brennan briefing the duo on classified dossiers that hint at underground networks involving experimental tech or forbidden medical advancements, pulling Jocelyn deeper into a world of espionage that tests her resolve and Vaughn's expertise. This shift not only heightens the suspense, but also weaves in elements of global conspiracy, making viewers ponder the far-reaching implications for Port Charles's residents who unwittingly brush against these larger forces. Delving deeper into Jason Morgan's personal revelations, he approaches Anna Devane with a bombshell about Britt Westburn, urging her to confirm that his suspicions aren't mere figments of his imagination. Jason could recount in vivid detail his startling airport sighting of Britt, describing the fleeting glance that reignited old flames of doubt and hope. Bolstering his case, he's uncovered discrepancies in the records of her cremation, specifically the alarming absence of any official documentation proving it ever took place, which suggests an elaborate cover-up orchestrated by powerful players. Anna, with her seasoned WSB background and intuitive grasp of deception, might absorb this information and start connecting dots to her own investigations, perhaps recalling subtle clues from past cases that aligned with Jason's findings. This exchange could unfold in a tense, dimly lit room at the hospital, where Jason's stoic demeanor cracks just enough to reveal his emotional investment, adding a poignant layer to his character arc. As Anna ponders the possibility that Britt is indeed alive and in hiding, it opens the door to exploring themes of resurrection and redemption, inventing new angles like potential motives for Britt's disappearance tied to unfinished business with her family or lingering threats from old enemies. Over at the secluded resort where Britt has been laying low, tension escalates when an unexpected visitor arrives at her door, delivering a stern message that she's confined to her current hideout with no escape in sight. This could be the introduction of Pascal, a mysterious operative with scenes slated alongside Britt, acting on directives from her elusive superior who's pulling strings from the shadows. Picture Pascal as a sharply dressed enforcer with a cryptic accent, his presence exuding quiet menace as he outlines the terms of her enforced isolation, perhaps hinting at impending dangers that require her expertise in a high-stakes project. Britt, resourceful and defiant as ever, might probe for more details, uncovering hints of a larger plot involving stolen research or rival factions vying for control. This encounter not only builds suspense around Britt's fate, but also invents fresh elements like coded messages or hidden surveillance that keep her one step ahead, enriching the narrative with layers of intrigue and potential alliances. Back in the heart of Port Charles, Sonny Corinthos finds himself perplexed by reports of erratic behavior from someone close to his circle, leading him to initiate a pointed interrogation to get to the bottom of it. This might center on Willow Tate's recent emotional outbursts, exacerbated by the crumbling of her relationship with Drew Kane amid revelations of infidelity and shattered trust. Sonny, ever the protective patriarch, could piece together accounts from mutual acquaintances, questioning how Willow's turmoil is manifesting in ways that affect his own family dynamics, perhaps even influencing Michael Corinthos' decisions. Adding inventive flair, envision Sonny reflecting on his own history of impulsive actions, drawing parallels that humanize him while he seeks clarity, potentially leading to a confrontation that mends fences or ignites new feuds. Wrapping up the episode's highlights, Dante Falconeri turns his investigative gaze toward young Danny Morgan, subjecting him to a thorough questioning session that could shed light on pressing family matters. This grilling might revolve around insights into Rocco Falconeri's mindset, as Dante navigates the challenges of co-parenting and understanding his son's inner world amid the town's constant upheavals. Danny, with his unique perspective as Jason's son, could offer candid observations about Rocco's recent moods or secretive behaviors, perhaps revealing details about schoolyard troubles or unspoken fears tied to the Falconeri family's legacy of danger. This interaction adds a touching father-son dynamic, with Dance's detective skills softened by paternal concern, while Danny's responses might inadvertently hint at broader plot threads involving the next generation's entanglements. Next, we will explore the captivating possibilities surrounding Britt Westburn's mysterious situation, including hints of a groundbreaking treatment for her Huntington's disease that could tie into her secretive endeavors. Let's delve into the layers of this intriguing storyline unfolding on the ABC soap. Diving right into the heart of the speculation, it appears that Britt Westburn might be on the receiving end of an extraordinary medical breakthrough designed to combat her Huntington's disease, which could very well account for that intriguing nighttime injection viewers witnessed in the July 29th episode. While Huntington's remains a harsh reality in the real world, with its progressive neurological impacts that challenge patients and families alike, the dramatic flair of General Hospital often introduces soap opera miracles that bend the rules of science for the sake of compelling narratives. Imagine this treatment as a cutting-edge experimental serum, perhaps derived from rare genetic research conducted in hidden labs, offering Britt a glimmer of hope amid her isolation. This plot twist not only heightens the emotional stakes but also serves as a narrative device to keep fans invested, reminding us how the show weaves real-life ailments into its fabric without shying away from their gravity. By incorporating such elements, the writers ensure that Britt's condition isn't just a fleeting mention, but a pivotal force driving her actions and decisions. Building on this, Liesl Obrecht has been shown in poignant moments reflecting deeply on her daughter's diagnosis, pondering how it has reshaped their lives and left an indelible mark on her own heart as a mother. These introspective scenes underscore the show's commitment to authenticity, refusing to gloss over the profound effects of Huntington's or assume viewers would overlook such a significant detail from Britt's past. Instead, the storyline actively integrates it, perhaps through invented flashbacks where Liesl recalls late-night vigils by Britt's side during early symptoms, or imagined support group meetings that highlight the disease's isolating nature. This approach keeps the narrative grounded, allowing characters to evolve through their struggles while setting the stage for potential resolutions that feel earned. As a result, the Huntington's element demands resolution, and that's precisely where those enigmatic nightly injections enter the picture, possibly representing doses of a revolutionary therapy that's as much a lifeline as it is a plot propellant. Confirming the authenticity of this arc, actress Kelly Thiebaud has openly stated that she's reprising her role as the genuine Britt Westburn, dispelling any wild theories about clones or imposters stepping into her shoes. With the real Britt grappling with the relentless progression of Huntington's, it's plausible that she's being administered these curative injections as part of a clandestine bargain tied to her involvement in a highly confidential project. Envision this setup as a high-stakes exchange where Britt's scientific expertise, perhaps in advanced biotechnology or forbidden genetic engineering, is traded for access to this elusive remedy, administered under strict protocols in her secluded hideaway. Such an arrangement adds inventive depth, like hidden monitoring devices ensuring her compliance or coded messages from her handlers that blend encouragement with veiled threats, making her daily routine a blend of hope and coercion. This dynamic not only explains her current circumstances, but also amplifies the tension as Britt navigates the moral ambiguities of her role and whatever shadowy operations are at play. This potential miracle treatment emerges as a masterful tool for manipulation, ensuring Britt remains firmly under the thumb of her enigmatic overseers by dangling the promise of health as leverage. Should she falter in her duties or deviate from the assigned tasks, the withholding of these vital doses could spell disaster, reverting her to the disease's unforgiving trajectory and heightening her desperation. Picture inventive scenarios where Britt experiences brief lapses in treatment as warnings, leading to subtle symptom flare-ups that remind her of the stakes, or secret communications where her bosses outline the consequences in chilling detail. This control mechanism provides Britt with powerful motivation to immerse herself fully in the dubious ventures she's entangled in. Whether that involves decoding encrypted data for illicit research or collaborating on underground experiments that blur ethical lines, it's a clever narrative hook that transforms her from a reluctant participant into a driven operative, all while exploring themes of survival and sacrifice in the face of a life-altering illness. Amid these constraints, Britt's yearning for her former life in Port Charles shines through, evident in her online searches about the glamorous Nurses' Ball, an event that once symbolized community and celebration in her world. This nostalgia could manifest in expanded scenes where she scrolls through archived photos of past galas, her fingers lingering on images of familiar faces, evoking a bittersweet ache for the connections she's lost. Of course, her thoughts inevitably drift to her mother, Liesl, as seen when she whispered a tender goodnight to Mother before settling in. A ritual that speaks volumes about their unbreakable bond despite the physical distance. To enrich this, invent elements like a hidden locket containing a photo of Liesl, which Britt clutches during moments of solitude. Or imagine dreams where she reunites with her mom at a festive Port Charles gathering, only to awaken to her stark reality. These touches humanize Britt, revealing the emotional toll of her exile and underscoring how deeply she misses the warmth of familial ties. However, the terms of Britt's arrangement likely prohibit any direct outreach to her old circle, enforcing a strict no-contact policy that isolates her further and prevents any leaks about her survival or the project. This restriction adds layers of intrigue. As we ponder the specific guidelines, she's bound by perhaps a regimen of encrypted check-ins with handlers or surveillance that monitors her every digital footprint to ensure compliance. It will be fascinating to watch how these rules play out, especially if they're intertwined with the rewards of her supposed Huntington's treatment, positioning it as both a carrot and a stick in her ongoing saga. Inventively, this could include covert signals Britt devises to subtly reach out without detection, like anonymous online posts hinting at her presence, or internal monologues where she weighs the risks of breaking protocol against the allure of reconnection, building suspense around potential slip-ups that could unravel everything. Regardless of the exact mechanics, clues from Jen's Sidwell point to a concealed male accomplice whom Professor Henry Hank Dalton regards with palpable fear, suggesting Britt might also be operating under this shadowy figure's influence in addition to her primary directives. This mystery man could be envisioned as a reclusive mastermind with ties to international syndicates, perhaps specializing in black market medical innovations that align with Britt's skills. And Dalton's apprehension might stem from past betrayals or witnessed ruthlessness. Expanding on this, imagine Britt receiving directives from this partner via secure video feeds, where his obscured face issues commands laced with intimidation, pulling her deeper into a web of conspiracy that spans beyond Port Charles. Such inventions heighten the drama, linking Britt's personal battle with broader threats that could eventually spill back into the lives of her loved ones. Next, we will uncover the latest buzz surrounding beloved alum William deVry, who brought the multifaceted Julian Jerome to life, including exciting updates on his thrilling new film project that's generating waves among fans. Let's dive into this heartwarming and intriguing off-screen adventure. Every now and then, devoted followers of ABC's General Hospital find themselves reminiscing about the enigmatic Julian Jerome, a character masterfully portrayed by William deVry, whose paternal bond with Lucas Jones added layers of family drama and intrigue to the Port Charles landscape. Julian's storyline met a tragic end in 2020 during a heated confrontation with powerhouse Sonny Corinthos, culminating in a catastrophic footbridge collapse that left fans mourning the loss of this complex anti-hero. To expand on this legacy, imagine inventive flashbacks in fan discussions where Julian's shadowy dealings with mob elements and his redemptive arcs are revisited, perhaps through fan-created montages that highlight his evolution from villain to a man seeking atonement, underscoring how deVry's nuanced performance captured the essence of a tormented soul caught in endless rivalries. This enduring appeal keeps Julian's memory alive, prompting occasional nods in the show's narrative that evoke nostalgia and spark conversations about what might have been had he survived the fateful clash. Since bidding farewell to the soap opera world, William deVry has continued to captivate audiences with appearances in various television series and films, showcasing his versatile talent beyond the dramatic confines of General Hospital. Recently, he stirred up enthusiasm by announcing details about an eagerly anticipated project that's set to highlight his acting prowess in a fresh, intense setting. Building on this, envision deVry sharing behind-the-scenes anecdotes in interviews, where he reflects on transitioning from daytime drama to independent cinema. Perhaps inventing tales of late-night script readings or collaborative workshops that honed his skills for roles demanding raw emotional depth. These post-DH endeavors not only demonstrate his range, but also keep him connected to fans who followed his journey from Julian's turbulent life to new creative horizons, blending familiarity with exciting novelty. deVry has been actively promoting his forthcoming movie, titled Spill, through engaging posts on his Instagram account, where he's shared glimpses that have fans buzzing with anticipation. In a particularly poignant update, he unveiled the film's trailer accompanied by a thoughtful caption that celebrated the joy of pursuing dreams while acknowledging those facing life-altering battles. He wrote, "Living our dreams and having fun." At Spill Movie starring Sophia Unnell, me, and director Blake Ritter. Times like this, I think about people who aren't able to live their dreams because they are busy fighting for their lives to enrich this. Add inventive elements like deVry incorporating personal stories from his own career hurdles, such as overcoming audition rejections or balancing family life with Hollywood demands, drawing parallels to the resilience required in both acting and real-world struggles. This reflective tone not only promotes the film, but also humanizes deVry, reminding viewers of the broader human experiences that inspire his work and foster a deeper connection with his audience. Extending his message of support, deVry encouraged his followers to get involved with charitable causes, specifically highlighting the SROCFSandyOvarian.org organization and its array of uplifting events designed to make a difference. He detailed ways to participate, such as joining park or waterfront walk sprints, attending baseball games featuring teams like the Phillies and Dodgers, or taking part in serene oceanside walks, emphasizing that simple involvement can have a profound impact with the rallying cry, "Just participate." The world needs you. Inventively, picture deVry organizing virtual meetups tied to these events, where fans could share their own stories of perseverance, or even creating custom merchandise for the walks that features motivational quotes from his roles, turning promotion into a community-building effort that amplifies awareness and unites supporters in meaningful action. This call to action transforms a movie announcement into a platform for positivity, showcasing deVry's commitment to giving back and inspiring others amid their challenges. Delving into the essence of Spill, the film's IMDb description paints a gripping tale where an ordinary house-cleaning assignment spirals into a harrowing battle for survival, ensnaring a desperate woman in the crossfire between a sorrowful recluse and a menacing specter from his history. This premise promises a dark, suspenseful journey that explores themes of isolation, vengeance, and unexpected alliances, drawing viewers into a web of tension and moral ambiguity. To add depth, invent elements like atmospheric settings in a secluded, storm-ravaged cabin where shadows conceal hidden motives, or subtle character backstories that reveal the loner's tragic loss of a loved one, mirroring real-life grief while heightening the stakes. Such inventive touches could include improvised scenes during filming that captured raw intensity, as deVry might share in future podcasts, emphasizing how the story's psychological layers challenged him to channel emotions reminiscent of Julian's inner conflicts, but in an entirely new genre. At the helm of this project is Blake Ritter, who not only penned and directed Spill, but also takes on a starring role alongside deVry and the talented Sophia Unnell, whose previous collaborations with Ritter in short films hint at a seamless on-screen chemistry. This multifaceted involvement by Ritter suggests a passion project infused with personal vision, potentially incorporating innovative filming techniques like handheld camera work to amplify the film's claustrophobic urgency. Expanding creatively, imagine behind-the-scenes dynamics where the trio brainstormed character arcs during location scouts, inventing moments of levity amid intense shoots, such as impromptu improv sessions that added authentic dialogue flair. Unnell's recurring work with Ritter could bring a fresh energy, perhaps drawing from her diverse acting background to portray the woman's resourcefulness, making the ensemble a powerhouse of indie talent that elevates the narrative's emotional core. The excitement among fans reached a peak when one enthusiastic supporter inquired about the release date, commenting, "That looks awesome." When can we watch it? deVry promptly replied, at Michelle_LaPlante, TBT, but I bet in early spring. Maybe early winter if we are lucky, fueling speculation and building anticipation for its debut. To flesh this out, add inventive scenarios like deVry teasing exclusive sneak peeks at fan conventions or virtual Q&A sessions where he discusses potential festival screenings. Perhaps even hinting at soundtrack choices that enhance the thriller's mood. This interaction not only keeps the conversation alive, but also creates a sense of community, as followers eagerly mark their calendars and share theories about how deVry's performance might echo his GH intensity in this new cinematic venture. Overall, the fanbase has responded with overwhelming enthusiasm to Spill's trailer, praising its polished look and edge-of-your-seat vibe. With one commenter highlighting the raw appeal of deVry's delivery, noting, "Looks fantastic and not going to lie." Love hearing you cuss. This nod to the trailer's mature language adds a gritty realism that contrasts with deVry's soap opera roots, delighting fans who appreciate seeing him unleash a bolder side. Inventively envision fan reactions evolving into online watch parties or creative fan art depicting key trailer moments, further amplifying the buzz and showcasing how deVry's evolution continues to inspire loyalty. As this project inches closer to release, it stands as a testament to his enduring charisma and the thrilling paths alumni take beyond Port Charles. ABC General Hospital may have said goodbye to Julian Jerome, but William deVry's star keeps rising with ventures like Spill that blend heartfelt messages with cinematic thrill. Stay tuned for more updates on his journey and how it intersects with the soap world.